Good morning, evening, or afternoon, everybody. It's Kaghoe coming at you with another video. So today, we're going to be covering all kinds of fun, fan-made, fake articles for Phase 9, graphics, just things people are saying, and just information that's being out there that I'm like 99% sure is fake, but it is still really funny and really entertaining to read them and just, think what if, or like how the hell did they even think this was going to be somewhat presented as real. The last one I have for you guys is a pure gem. But before we get into all of that, today is Memorial Day, so I just wanted to take the time to say I appreciate all of the veterans out there in the armed forces, as well as all of those who made the ultimate sacrifice so a lot of people could have their freedom and sit here and, make WoW videos for you like me. But anyway, thank you guys for your service, and take a moment to remember those who have fallen. So, without further ado, let's switch it over and get into the video. Voop. So, the first article of fake news that we have to look at is this. So, this patch note change, chat GDP analyzation of it, this was actually accurate, and what it said was true from the perspective of what we saw. Right, like this was all true. What was very interesting is that these hundreds of new files that it refers to, they're not new game files. What they were was every single hotfix that got baked into the game. So this wasn't wrong per se when we got it. This was an accurate summary of the information. We just jumped way too quickly. We jumped right as the update happened, and there was a lot of info to sort of process, and we couldn't get the right information there. But the new files were just SE hotfixes being put into the actual game instead of them not being hotfixes. And since they were Scarlet Enclave and New Avalon and all those things, it didn't read as classic files already in the game because it was New Avalon and that. So that's where a lot of that came from. And I just wanted to take the time to address that and make sure you guys were aware of what happened, where we were at, and why it is looking a little grim towards it being a Phase 9 PTR. However, everything I said about the servers being linked, as well as Culminate being deleted, is, somewhat promising for Phase 9. I'm starting to believe this Hopium instead of just providing it to you guys. The next one is definitely fake because this is not true. I did cover this as well, but obviously the fact that it's just not a perfect screenshot is funny. It's not the full screenshot in looking there. The leaked from the source Discord leaks group. Obviously very exclusive group to be in. Then dumping this here after cross-referencing, but what is Phase 9? Phase 9 will allegedly merge elements of TBC while maintaining a 60. The Blizzard is calling it the breaking of Outland internally, a official pre-Burning Crusade rework of SOD with custom SOD events. No TBC launch yet. This is season-only content, not a full expansion release. Then naming the raid Karazhan Crypts after we already have a dungeon of Karazhan Crypts, that's where I'm like, that's a little weird. If they would have said Karazhan Tower here, it might be way more believable. Then making it only a 10 to 20 man raid is a very interesting as well. I wonder what gear it would drop. And then a mix of horror and void mechanics, features Echoes of Medivh as boss encounter. So it's almost like it says raid, but it kind of feels like a super dungeon, if you will, because that's what they did for ZG. They made it 10 to 20, and as we saw, that was kind of like a rollover thing. But anyway, I already covered this one specifically. The next one we have is an absolute pure comedy for you guys and enjoyment. So this one, as you can see, Blizzard is spelled wrong up here. Just so many typos and things. I don't even know if they give newsletters out like this. I don't know the format of their newsletters, so I can't even say if it's a WoW Classic Dev Team newsletter. If they even got that right, it's just really funny. And it says, then this says Season of Discovery Phase 9 Preview Legacy Fracture. So obviously two different names. So this one wants to call it the Breaking of Outland, and this one's calling it Legacy Fracture. Then it says, greeting adventurers, as we prepare for the next step in Season of Discover, not Discovery, just Season of Discover, we're excited to share some insights into what awaits in Phase 9, codenamed Legacy Fracture. Like, this one is just so bad, it's hilarious, and it's why I'm sharing it with you. This phase builds upon the momentum of earlier content while introducing fresh, experimental IR features, just supposed to be features, I guess, to expand class diversity and explore fractured timelines in Azeroth. Then new playable class races and combinations. Obviously, this would be huge to give us, but what really jumps out here, and I'll talk about after we read it, but it's just crazy. Undead Paladins, after years of lore, I don't even know what this is supposed to be. This word is misspelled so terribly, I don't know what that is supposed to be. And then a community interest. Undead players will now have access to the Paladin class. These Crimson Forsaken wield a twisted form of the light, dealing race W damage at, I think it's supposed to be Radiant. I don't even know what they're going for there. At a great personal cost. Unique flavor dialogue and rune interactions centered around redemption and zealotry. Then we have Dwarf and Night Elf Shamans. Alliance players will choose the Shaman class for Dwarves and Night Elves. These dynamic areas will appear across Azeroth, including a time-lost I don't even know what that's supposed to be. Events corded around PvE and PvP environments. So what's really shocking to me is there's no way they would give Undead Paladins and then they would do Dwarf and Night Elf Shamans. Like, that would just be ridiculous. But this is just, like I said, this is just pure cinema and comedy and entertainment. Do not take any of this for real. But, like, they would never give just Undead Paladins and then Dwarf and Night Elf Shamans. Like, if anything, they would do Undead and Tauren Paladins and then Dwarf and Night Elf Shamans. Even though I don't really know if Night Elf Shamans are anywhere in the lore or things. Like, Undead Paladin at least has base. I have no idea about Night Elf Shamans. I haven't really heard much about that ever. Then Phase 9 introduced Fracture Events, world instability zones where Azeroth's timeline weakens and outline bleeds through. So I think they're trying to say bleeds through. These dynamic areas will appear across Azeroth. Felwood Rift, Demonic Resurgence, Teneris Anomaly, Bronze Dragonflight, Dragonlight. Sorry, this is Bronze Dragonlight interference. Gotta watch out for those dragon lights. Eastern Plaguelands, Light vs. Void collusion. I'm pretty sure that might say collusion. I don't know if it's collusion or collision. I'm not that good at spelling myself. But a new raid, the Black Morass, Unstable. A 10-man player experience through a corrupted Caverns of Time, stabilizing temporal rifts and race echoes for key historical figures, including a time lost synergies, void corruption, and GRE reveals. Over 30 new runes, including rune. I don't even know what that's supposed to say. But 30 new runes would be insane. Most classes only have 30 runes. Like, we have like 30 if you count the ring ones, they go higher. But like I said, this is like the most fake thing I've ever seen. The typos are insane. Like, maybe one or two typos I could see it in an official letter like that. But like spelling Blizzard wrong at the top here, and then just like saying 30 new runes, that's ridiculous. All of it is just absolutely ridiculous. But this is the type of stuff you guys are sending me now. So anyway, I really appreciate that you guys are going this hard and you really want to see Phase 9 happen. The best you can do is just yell Phase Hype as loud as you possibly can. Let them know. Anytime you're in Orgrimmar, anytime you're in Stormwind, just yell Phase 9 Hype. Type it on the forums, type it on Discords, type it anywhere you possibly can. And that is how we're going to make Phase 9 happen. So I really hope you enjoyed this non-serious, little different, pure entertainment video. And I would love to hear your guys' thoughts on all these awesome, wonderful pages of news. But anyway, I hope you enjoyed it. Until next time, I'll see you later. Have a great day. Phase 9 Hype! Hey you. Yes, you. Are you still there? Well, I appreciate you for taking the time to watch this entire video and making it to the end here. If you enjoyed this video, definitely check out the other videos about World of Warcraft listed in these playlists down below. And thank you again. Have a great day. Bye-bye.